There's a guy that, this is money related too. We've talked about the tipping culture so many times now. Somebody was saying that they ordered, and they put this up online, they got a pizza delivered from Domino's, and the Domino's driver was very upset because he said the tip was way too small for the weather he was out in. Snowing. It was snowing. Wow. And so they had an encounter caught on camera by the guy's Ring doorbell, and the guy, the homeowner and pizza orderer, wound up putting it up on his social media.
Hey, thanks a ton.
Yeah, whatever. For a few $2 tip.
You know what? I should have had you guys come to the store.
Yeah, good thing I got this on film. Good job losing your job. Domino's driver pissed about 20% tip.
In this weather,
Went straight to Domino's.
because I couldn't get here.
The exchange there was, thanks for nothing. And the guy's like, well, that's a Domino's driver right there on camera.
Yeah.
You just lost your job. Now, later he explained, he said, I did give him a 20% tip. This is the homeowner pizza orderer.
I wasn't planning on calling the store until I saw the death threat. And just having someone that manic out there, I thought needed to be addressed. The tip was $5.30-something cents. There was a $3.99 delivery charge. The food itself was almost $30. So the biggest premise that people are having a hard time with, when he says $2 at the beginning, that's him exaggerating.
Says it's not true. And the Domino's folks said he has had complaints before, this driver, and likely would be fired. The gentleman you just heard there called the Domino's.
Do you think they'll do that? And Biggie, you've worked in corporate pizza for a while. Do you think Domino's will be like the Catholic Church and just shuffle him to another Domino's?
Absolutely, wouldn't
is
they?
he defrocked?
He's at the White Plains Domino's now.
We're desperate for
Wait a minute.
We're desperate for priests and delivery drivers.
They are desperate.
We're running low on both.
They need drivers.
However,
Hey, wait a minute. This will be in some movie 20 years from now. They moved him to the Detroit
I think the difference
Domino's.
is more priests are having more sex than the delivery drivers.
Wow, this is wrong.
I will say this. I don't think he will be in a Domino's uniform because this obviously is going viral and spreading. However,
Be
I
defrocked.
can't,
He's
I
defrocked.
can't-
Turn in your uniform.
I can't say that next week if that guy orders from Papa John's, it's not the same delivery driver
right.
in a Papa John's
In a red
uniform.
shirt.
That's possible.
I see you've delivered before.
Oh, we meet again.
Well.
I've changed my shirt.
Now look, the delivery driver overreacted here. He's in the wrong. I heard him mention the weather, so I'm sure it was probably snowy.
It was snowing.
or
Yes.
icy. But it does tell you, he clicked 20%. So if 20%'s $5, in his mind, it's 20% tip.
And it's 20% on the food ordered, not with the delivery
Yes.
charge.
There's this
the total.
long-standing myth that the delivery charge goes to the delivery driver. It does
does
not.
not, no.
It goes back to the corporate offices.
Yeah. That's just a way for them to make more money.
Yes.
That's all that is.
Yeah, when I delivered pizza, delivery was free. That was a big thing still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, I was there when delivery charge came in. I was at Papa John's. You know what the first delivery charge was? 75 cents. We lost our minds because we thought people were no longer going to tip as much
be
if
end of the
there's a
business.
delivery charge,
Yeah.
and people aren't going to order as much.
Yeah.
Now, people adjusted over time, but I mean, most places now, it's $3.99 to $4.99.
What he said it was.
And it's people pay for delivery if they really, really want it.
So what's the delivery charge for then?
The delivery charge, now the driver is paid like mileage, but it's normally like, maybe $1.50, maybe something like that. The delivery charge is just an added charge.
It
a
just
lot of
makes
times.
money
Yeah.
for the company, for Papa John's.
That's exactly, because, and that's what we argued when it came in at Papa John's. We were like, well, people are going to think that 75 cents is going to us because you're not telling them it's not.
Right, yeah.
This is not about service charge, but it did. We've had some biblical rains, where we live in the last 3-4 weeks. And one night, Beth she was running late. She didn't want to cook, and I can't. So we ordered delivery, and so I went to the app. I'd never seen this before, and they said, "Weather's pretty bad where you are. How about a little extra tip?"
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. That in for
they
it.
had animated raindrops,
Oh,
which
that's
I'd never
something.
seen before.
I don't care for that. I see it's right. I know when it's raining. I know what's going on.
Well, rain's
on
one
me, doesn't
thing.
it?
Rain. It's talking about rain.
Yeah, I mean, come on, rain.
But it was, this is one of those where it was
It's
5
windy,
inches,
it's
5
windy.
inches of rain
Yeah,
sideways.
yes,
Yes. It was not a fit night for Mander Beach.
Now,
He's driving through a flood down there.
Yeah.
To your area of town?
They're building an ark. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know about that.
I will tell you
Grumble,
the one.
grumble.
I don't care for it. Make you feel bad.
I don't get delivery.
I don't care. I don't either. I'll go out and pick it up myself.
No, you
Yeah.
don't.
I haven't had anything delivered to I haven't had food delivered to our house in
I hadn't
3 years.
Strange hill to die on.
I will go.
It's
because
his,
of what he's
though.
talking about. It's not a strange. It's $3.99 for the fee,
I think
and then
it's
a $5
crooked. I think it's
tip.
crooked of the
It's
company
ridiculous.
to charge you $4 because it's going out their door, and they're putting it in the same damn box they're going to put it in if you picked it up.
You're in your pajamas. You didn't go anywhere.
You didn't go anywhere.
But why does that matter to them? They're not paying the delivery driver anyway.
It goes to the bottom of the corporate office.
Yeah, but
you
it's
know?
still a way to make more money.
And if you're a
That's
delivery
what it
driver,
is.
I appreciate you. I think that's great. But
Me too.
man, you're taking your salary into your own hands.
When a $10 pizza becomes $18 because of tip and fee, that's when I'll go out and get it. I don't mind going and driving.
Yeah, I won't either.
I have no problem with
pay for
that.
I will say
Because we grew up the same, country strong.
4
That's right.
and hungry.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. We did. We
Did you
grew
go
up
down to the creek and get a handful of water for dinner?
That's right.
no, you don't understand. I hear it from you two here, and then my mother's the same as you two. So I get home and I get to hear how she goes and picks everything up, and what a martyr she is.
That's right. That's right. We'll go pick it
I'm
up.
a martyr. I
Just
just,
go
I
pick it up.
I got more cash in my pocket later at night.
I will tell you, my one complaint I had as a delivery driver was in bad weather. It was snowing.
Yes.
And I pulled in, which you should never do as a delivery driver. I pulled into a parking space in a apartment parking lot, and that's stuck. You're stuck. That's death.
Yes.
You couldn't get out?
Yeah. So I went and delivered this lady a small cheese pizza, and it was like, this is how old I was. 19. This was 20 some years ago. It was like $6.48, and she handed me in pouring snow $6.48.
And 40. She didn't give you a tip at all.
Nothing. So I just put it in my pocket and went out, and I couldn't get out. My car was stuck. Yep. So then I'm trying
She's
to
got to be
reverse
the one
out.
that she's got to help you.
That's what you would think.
Yeah, she would help
No.
you. Right.
So I'm out there. Well, here comes somebody finally drives up, and it's this nice older guy, and he says, "Tell you what, I'll help you push it out, throw it in neutral. That's the only way we're getting it out." So we're pushing the car out, and I turn and I look, and I see this woman. I'll never forget her face.
Small cheese?
Small cheese pizza, taking a slice of pizza, eating it, and watching us push my car. And
Behind the
just
curtain?
through the curtains, just watching us with her fat jaw just chewing.
She could have come out there and helped her. Sound like a healthy girl.
And I turned to her, and I saw her when I knew.
You
I
didn't,
flipped
you
her
didn't
off.
give the finger.
I
You
flipped
gave
her
the finger.
Mhm.
She
And
could
I
have
knew,
called.
I
She
know,
could have called.
I knew when I did it. I said, "Oh, she's calling."
Yeah.
And I got back to the store, and my manager's like, "Please tell me
You
that you did not flip that
Did you
lady
flip off
off."
small cheese?
Flip off small cheese.
And I told him, I said, I did. I said, write me up, do what you got to do. I said, she didn't tip me, and then I got stuck in her parking lot, which made the other order late. And she was standing there eating her cheese pizza,
Small cheese.
watching me push my car out. And he was like, my boss was cool about it. He's like, all right, I told her, I'd fire you, but obviously I'm not.
But you're still not getting a tip.
And he's like, we just got her. So you know what we did? He's like, we had to remember the address. So we wrote the address down. So anytime that order come up, we'd be like, no, he can't take that one. She thinks he's fired.
Biggie's flagged.
Yeah.
Oh, you're small cheese.
And she ordered a lot too. But I'll never forget watching that fat, jolly woman watching us push my car
See,
out.
you said she was fat jolly. I thought she was going to be real tiny. You
Small
know?
cheese.
Yeah,
No.
small cheese.
Who gets small cheese in a snowstorm?
I don't know. That's the worst.
You need leftovers.
Well, that's
Yes.
That's right. Goodness
And that's
gracious.
back when we just deliver anything. There was no delivery minimum.
Unbelievable. This is about money and food as well. A couple you haven't heard of in a while, I'll bet. They have their own podcast. They were removed from television. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach. You recall their story?
Oh, yes.
Heck yeah.
They were rising stars at ABC TV.
Yes. Hosted the third hour of Good Morning America at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but were fired because they had a relationship. Canoodling while they were both married to other people, separated. There was a long back and forth a year and a half ago. Now they're a couple, TJ Holmes and Amy Robach. They are doing Dry January. And they reported the reason they're doing Dry January is because they went back and looked at how much money they spent on alcohol in December. And this is the report.
We added up December.
Oh, my goodness.
How much
This is
money
so embarrassing.
we spent
Oh
on
my gosh.
alcohol for the month. And we were able to do this by going back and looking at receipts. This does not include, however, the trips we made every once in a while to a liquor store. We spent in the month of December $2,869 on alcohol. So,
oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
I mean, I thought the number would be higher, to be honest with you.
I didn't count some occasional trips to liquor stores. So you're talking about $3,000 on just alcohol.
Were some of those gifts?
I don't think so.
Doesn't sound like it,
doesn't
does
sound,
it?
No, not the way they were talking. So they decided
So that's $10 a day on booze.
That's
If three grand for the month.
30
roughly.
times 10 is 3,000. That's right. So it's $10 every single day.
That's not bad.
I mean, when you break it down like
It
that,
doesn't sound that bad.
because alcohol, good wine is expensive.
But you're drinking every single day.
That's right.
At least in that scenario.
Well, that network money
Well,
goes away and you start counting your pennies. That's what they were doing.
And then they did. Well,
they got podcast money now.
Yeah.
see what you think about them here. They went through a typical day in their lives as far as drinking.
We'll go run 8, 9 in the morning, and I come back and we have a beer. Okay, so you have the one. I'll end up with 2. We go to lunch, 2 drink minimum. Now, could easily have a drink in my hand from 2 in the afternoon until 10 o'clock at night. And that's a drink an hour for another 8 hours, 18 drinks a day for 7 days.
Oh my God,
out of
I
the
can't.
week.
That is.
It's difficult to
my
compute.
God.
He's got a problem. He's having a run at 8 in the morning, come back with a beer.
Yeah, that's an issue.
I think that he's got issues there.
Yeah, she'd have one. He had 2. It's like a Mick Ultra commercial come to life.
That's right.
But you're right. They're on podcast salaries now.
Yeah.
My, that's a lot of drinking.
What our money go in December?
I drank it.
We can't afford rent in Manhattan.
I mean, my God, look at that.
I guess
That's
they live in
unbelievable.
Manhattan.
Excuse me, people are. I thought that they're correcting your math.
number?
It's $100 a day.
Okay, my bad. Thank you.
10 times 30 would be 300.
You're right.
100. So they're spending $100 a day on alcohol,
That's a little spendy.
even for Dave. If Dave says it's
Yeah.
spending,
Yeah, that's slightly
spending.
spendy.
Even at New York prices.
And
Yeah,
I,
those are New York prices, I'll bet.
I want to make this announcement as well. Full disclosure. I believe I told you about my wife's Drybrid.
Yes.
Yes.
It's 30 days no drinking, more or less, but not a full calendar month.
She was going to do dry January. She did it a few years ago, and she said it was great. She wanted to prove to herself, I want to get through January, because she'll have a glass of wine in the evening. Okay, she's not TJ Holmes.
Yeah, she's not Tej.
No, but she'll have a glass of wine, a little Chardonnay in the evenings, whatever. Take the edge off. So she announced in December, I'm going to do dry January. Fine. Well, I saw her with a glass of wine in her hand on the 4th or 5th.
Right.
And I said, what happened to dry January? She goes, I've modified it to a Drybrid because we had a celebratory dinner
On Jan 6th.
on
for
January
sure.
6th.
That was scheduled.
So she decided she would do it from something, it was like January 10th or 11th through the Super Bowl. And that was, she was calling it a Drybrid.
Okay.
Half of January, about half of February. And that was what she was having. But the deadline for January had come and gone, and she was having a glass of Chardonnay yesterday.
Oh.
And she said, I've canceled my Drybrid.
Cancel.
It's all off?
It's all off.
She suspended her campaign?
Vivek.
Yes, she's gone full Ramaswamy. She has suspended the campaign.
Why doesn't she just pick 30 random days between now and Thanksgiving
That's what I
not to
told you.
drink?
Just don't drink. That's what I do. I don't have to string them together.
Yeah. It has to be in a row.
So I told her, look, no shame in it. No
3
shame.
days a month for the next 10
The
months.
next 10 months.
Don't drink.
So far, Amy Robach and TJ Holmes have not had a drink in January. That's a lot of drinking. They
There's a lot of drinking.
I think
I like
would-
these two now more than I did.
I figured you would.
Oh, really? See, I'm opposite.
More respect. Me too.
I think
I
this
didn't
is
like
the
it.
word. Yeah, I'd rather listen to every episode of The Square and the Round
Thank you. Thank you. That's a compliment.
back to back than hear them again.